Meantime, President Trump first suggested last month that the Senate should repeal Obamacare first. That's a turnaround from the plan he laid out in a 60 Minutes interview after the election.
We're going to do it simultaneously. It'll be just fine. We're not going to have like a 2-day period, and we're not going to have a 2-year period where there's nothing. It will be repealed and replaced.
Major Garrett is at the White House, where the sudden collapse of the Senate bill was unexpected, to say the least. Good morning to you, Major.
Good morning. The anatomy of this failure begins with President Trump's own inattention to detail. He rarely, if ever, immersed himself in the finer points of health care policy or the thorny politics behind that. And that's one of the reasons the president and many around him last night were surprised by the defections of Senators Lee and Moran. White House advisors tried to shift focus away from this conspicuous defeat by calling for a repeal vote only on Obamacare and a move at some point in the future toward tax reform, something senior officials here at the White House discussed with Mitch McConnell's office late last night. Now, President Trump, who has always treated Obamacare repeal more like a marketing campaign than a legislative challenge, sounded oddly upbeat at the White House yesterday, unaware defeat was mere hours away. Mr. Trump even lightheartedly referred to ailing Senator John McCain as a crusty voice in the Capitol whose vote he desperately needed. It turns out the president needed far more votes than that. In the end, the president never said what he absolutely had to have in this bill or what was unacceptable. That left lots of uncertainty and legislative drift. Meanwhile, the president's approval rating sunk to the lowest for any president at this point in 70 years. So what's left for this White House? To tell its base of supporters that it's Washington that is the problem, not the president, that he's pushing against entrenched interests and they're pushing right back. The big problem with that, Charlie, that creates more distance between the president and congressional Republicans, which was a problem all along.
Good morning. Thanks, Major.